Thanks for joining us for today's episode of Beyond the Badge. Here with me today is Officer Sopata and Canine Gemma. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us. This is an exciting experience for us.
It sure is. So tell me about the behavioral health team.
So our team is comprised of a behavioral health officer, which is myself, and then we also have a co-responder who is hired through Winnebago County's crisis team. And she is a crisis worker, and she is teamed up with Gemma and I, and we get to go out and meet people in the community who are struggling with their mental health, offer them services, and try to get them into services before a major crisis occurs.
Nice.
Yeah.
And can you tell me about Canine Gemma?
So Canine Gemma is the successor dog to Canine Magic. Magic had to be put down a couple of years ago after finding out that she had cancer around her heart and her lungs, which was making it really difficult for her to breathe. So we made that really difficult choice to put her down. The good thing that came out of that, though, is we saw the community support that we had with our program, with the canine, and the community support, as well as the support from the city and the police department, said, hey, let's get another dog. Their program is being successful. So we, again, worked with Journey together to get another amazing dog, which is Canine Gemma. She is a yellow lab, which is different than Magic. She was that golden retriever. Her personality is different, but her drive is the same. She wants to go and interact with people and help people, and she's just a joy to have around the office and to have and bring out into the community.
Wonderful. And what kind of stories, success stories, can we share that you guys have taken part of, and maybe in particular Canine Gemma?
So we really like to use her out in the community before a crisis happens. So we are really involved with our day-by-day shelter, our homeless shelter.
Yeah.
We like to bring her to the hospital to not only meet the nurses, but meet the people that are in the ER rooms. We also like to go to the crisis center and go to other places like mental health court, dispatch, and really support the individuals that are helping our community run. We had a really good call with her a couple weeks ago, working with a 12-year-old female who is in a major crisis after an event happened after school. The sad part about it was mom and dad were trying to help and control her, but she became violent with mom and dad to the point where punching, kicking, rolling around on the floor with mom and dad as they were trying to control her. Just a bad situation to be a part of.
Yeah.
And our officers came in, helped control the scene. The female was hyperventilating because she was so worked up, and we were able to use our crisis intervention team skills to really help calm her down to a working level. And at that point, we tried to introduce Canine Gemma. We couldn't bring Gemma, though, into the home. So they had 5 cats in the home, and they were saying,
yeah,
we don't know how
a challenge, yeah.
We didn't know how things were going to work out.
Yeah.
But we were able to get her calm enough to come outside onto the back porch, and Canine Gemma was able to come on out, and about 10 minutes later, she was completely fine, normal working level. And the crisis at that time had been over. She was able to go back with mom and dad and speak with some individuals from our human service team to look at additional services to help her in the future with dealing with stress.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And do you see that happen often where people are more receptive to working with a canine versus a human?
Yes, I mean, we really see it when we do our community policing events. Everyone loves to see Gemma.
Yes.
And on calls for service, we found that it's more difficult to deploy her than we initially thought it was going to be.
Based off of the scenario?
Based off of the scenario, we really try, the co-responder and I really try to use our own personalities and our own voices as our number one tool. And Gemma then comes in either at the end or as that additional resource for us if things could be better or if we just can't get the job done by ourselves. But everyone loves the canine.
Yes.
Everyone wants to say hi. When we walk into a room, everyone says hi to her first and then us second, which is A-okay. But we really find that she's able to make that silent connection that sometimes we as humans can't.
And that calming effect.
That calming effect, that petting effect. And she works the same way that magic did, right? She really tries to make that personal connection with people by either rubbing against them, leaning on them, laying by them, and just offering that calm support that individuals sometimes just need, and as that steady support item.
Yes. And can you tell me some statistics about what your program has been doing the last couple years or 6 months?
So we've seen our calls for service go up since the program has been developed, and that we believe is because people know about our program now, so people are now reaching out more and are using our program as a starting resource rather than an emergency resource. And
that's great.
Yes, we would much rather work with individuals, work with families to prevent that major crisis from happening.
Yes.
And know that we're still going to respond when there is a crisis, but we'd rather try to work with families and individuals before that kind of stuff happens. But our canines are being used a couple hundred times a year from different events such as Coffee with the Cop. We go out on a ton of our community events like our parades. And like I said, we go all throughout the community just trying to meet individuals where they're at. And so people then can know us before they need us and know us before that crisis happens.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And does she have some tricks?
She has a lot of tricks. She's very smart with everything here. She's kind of taking a nap.
Yeah,
she is. She's very relaxed here. But we can see if we can do some tricks here.
Okay.
Gemma. Oh, great job. So she is actually, she was given a bunch of different certifications. So she is Canine Good Citizen, Certified Advanced Canine Good Citizen, Certified Urban Canine Good Citizen. She's an advanced trick dog.
Wow.
So she is very smart. She loves to work. She loves to earn treats. That is her big thing. So we like to really work her as much as we can.
Yes.
And have her be fulfilled in her role here as well. Perfect. Gemma, ready? Oh, good job. Ready? Sit. Yep. Good. Paw. Good. Can I have your other paw? Oh, awesome. Touch. Touch. Heel. Oh, good shake. Good heel. Ready? Front sit. Excellent. Go around. She should go back to a heel. Great job. Ready? Right here. Ready. Back under. Great work. Yes. Front. Down. Relax. Excellent. Front. Good work. Yes. Good job. Can you sit pretty?
That's my favorite one.
High five.
Aw.
Get it. There you go.
Good job,
Great
Gemma.
work. Pause up. Can you pray? Good. Excellent. Off. Down. So there's just a couple
Yeah, that's amazing.
that she can do. And again, her tricks are not only based off of confidence, right?
Yes.
We want her to be confident, but we use those tricks to then get her into certain positions. So when people are in crisis, she's comfortable in awkward different positions, and we're confident that she can get into wherever we need to. So if someone's on a bed, maybe we're going to have her put her paws up onto the bed and stay there for a little bit so somebody can rub her head.
Okay.
If someone's laying down, we're going to put her into the down position and have her curl up and lean next to them because that's where the person's at. If they're sitting, maybe we're going to either have her sit or lay in front of them. We want her to be able to morph her position to where the people are. And all those tricks teach her how to do that. So.
Wow, that's great. And then do you have to practice those daily then so that she stays proficient?
We practice them as much as we can.
Yeah.
We try to do daily. Obviously, friends, family at home always want her to do the tricks.
Yep, do the tricks.
Yes, they find that really fun. And it's training her as well. So we do it as much as we can. Sometimes we can't do it every day. But when we need her to perform, she's always been able to do it. And that just goes back to the training that she's gotten from Journey Together. They're a wonderful organization, a wonderful nonprofit. They're local. They're here in our community, making our community better, and we can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for us.
Yes, and can you tell me a little bit more about that program and the initial training that she went through at the prison?
So Journey Together is a nonprofit organization. They want to train service dogs for individuals with PTSD. And service dogs are the only animals that are going to have that federal protection, and they can go wherever their human goes. So if somebody has a service dog and they need to go into a store, that dog can go into the store with them. They can, if there's an apartment complex and somebody has a service dog, that dog can go into the apartment complex with them, even if there's a policy that says, hey, no canines allowed. They can't be discriminated against because of that service dog. So they are working on service animals for individuals with PTSD. They've also started to branch out and do some diabetic alert dogs.
Oh,
They're starting to work on that. I don't want to talk too much about it though, because they're still working on everything and they're developing their dogs. But they get their dogs as puppies and they bring them into the prison and have their group of inmates work with them on a daily basis on different tricks, obedience, and different modes of training based on what they want that dog to do. And they then also have volunteers that take the canines out and socialize them in the community, bring them to different stores, bring them to different locations, get them involved in different things. They had a funny story. One of their dogs was really terrified of the big red balls that are outside of Target.
Oh, Target. Oh,
so they're like, how do you train with that in the
Yep.
prison? You don't. You have to get the dogs out into the community and figure out what the dogs can do and what they need to work on. And again, everyone there is awesome to work with. They're so diligent. I would say they're experts in what they're doing, and they're an awesome resource. Anytime that we've had a question or need maybe additional training for another handler at the police department to be able to work with the dog, they've been willing to come and help us with everything that we've asked of them.
That's excellent. What a great partnership to have with them.
Absolutely.
And with the prison too.
Absolutely,
Works out
yes.
really well.
That the ability for those individuals to have a sense of purpose while they're serving their sentence, it's a resume builder, right? They're able to say like, hey, during this date and time, this is how many dogs that I was able to train, and sometimes that's all that they have. And to be able to have a good, fresh step on life once their sentence is over, it's an awesome program to have, and it's an amazing thing.
It really is. It's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us again.
Yes, and thank you, Gemma. I think she's back to
I think she's
back to
sleeping.
nap time.
Oh, there she is.
Oh. Well, thanks for joining us for today's episode of Beyond the Badge, where we spoke with Officer Sopata and got to see Canine Gemma do some tricks. Thank you.